Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Broken Brain. I'm your host, Stuart, and today we're going to be looking at a reported leak of who the villain is going to be in Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, when I read the article, I knew of the character. The character is Cassandra Nova, also known as Cassandra Nova Xavier. And I've heard the character, I haven't read any comics with her in it or anything like that. She's just not a character that I'm familiar with. So I had to do a little research. Cassandra Nova is going to be coming in, I guess, through the Wolverine storyline, probably coming back from some confession from that may have been dismissed in the Logan movie. But Cassandra Nova is basically, this is a convoluted story, so I'll try to explain it briefly. Basically, they kind of retconned uh, her into existence while Charles Xavier is being born. He had his evil side kind of manifested its spiritual self within the womb, and took form. And realizing what had happened, Charles Xavier killed it, and it became basically stillborn and discarded. But Cassandra continued to repair herself with her psychic abilities, and boom, becomes who she is. And she has similar abilities as Charles Xavier, and basically this lifelong goal to kill all mutants. And her brother, quote unquote brother, Charles Xavier. She hates mutants because mutants were attached to Charles, and she just hates all mutants and Charles specifically, even though she is a mutant herself. So Cassandra's going to be the big bad in Wolverine and Daredevil. And I don't know. Could this be a cool thing? I don't know. It's gonna have a lot. I mean, even though I explained it in about 30 seconds to make it make sense to a lot of people, it's gonna need a bit more explanation. And my explanation was very simplistic. To show it on screen, to explain it, I have a feeling that that's going to get simplified a little bit. Maybe that it wasn't the evil spirit that separated from Charles Xavier in the womb and created, but maybe it really was just his twin sister. And we'll see what comes out. But hey, so now we kind of know who's coming in Daredevil and Wolverine, and I kind of don't know how that's going to play out. It's going to be interesting, especially when we got the TVA involved and who knows what else. All I know is this is shaping up to be a very weird movie, and I'm kind of in for it. You know, I'm one of the few people among my contemporaries that actually enjoyed Loki and liked it. Um, and the TVA was just a fun little thing, but it did create problems. But it was a fun storyline, fun existing, and I kind of enjoyed it. So, hey, if you enjoyed it, great. But this is going to be one of those things where it's kind of like, even in the trailer, there's so many fourth wall breaks and nods to Disney and Marvel specifically in the trailer. I don't know what this is going to be. This is going to be probably just chaos manifested. And seeing as there's still things planned in the MCU that are going to deny this exists, I don't know how it's going to fit in with everything, if at all. Is this still going to be standalone? But even though they're bringing the TVA and Wolverine, bringing the X-Men into Marvel, uh, maybe this is just going to be a standalone thing. I really don't know, because Cassandra's a big question mark. I mean, she's not a well-known character at all. I mean, I had to look it up. I'm like, oh, that's who it is. I remember Cassandra Nova. I remember the name, couldn't place it. And when I looked up, it said Cassandra Nova Xavier. And I was like, oh, that's right. And it's weird. The whole background of her is weird and unusual. But Cassandra Nova also has a connection to Teenage Warhead, Metasonic Warhead, TJ Metasonic Warhead. Can't remember. That's a long, convoluted name. But she has a connection to her through the Hellfire Club. and so there's that connection too. So it's going to be a very weird, convoluted movie. Um, but as long as it's just pure chaos and Deadpool running around shooting up bad guys, I think we're going to have a fun time. Uh, the more information we get on this, I just kind of like, huh, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. This is going to be chaos ensued. And I mean, look at what we got in Deadpool 2. I mean, we got a lot of like D-list characters. I mean, the only one I knew of going in was Domino, and yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a lot of weird stuff coming down. So, Screen Rant says this is happening based on a uh, copyright thing that was placed in the office, the copyright office, to protect that character again. And I'm sure there's been a couple more leaks that I saw when I was reading this article that other people have said this as well before Screen Rant came out and wrote this article on it. So this might be true, but with most of Screen Rant stuff, I do take it with a grain of salt. But to announce such a major character could be true. So here's looking forward to watching the pure chaos that will ensue with my third favorite Marvel character in existence. So we'll just have to see what comes out. So until we get some more news, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.